when we go into that, and I think Jim calls it enemy mode, when the relationship circuit shut off, how do we then remain relational with people and stay curious?
Yeah, so if you have lost it, then by definition, you've lost it, right? You're not there. So the question is, how do you get it back? Well, that's what we mean by the second R, the return to joy. How do I get back from here? And so sometimes I just need a break, right? Sometimes it's like, I'll find my curiosity in 5 minutes. I just need a break. Sometimes that break is I avoid eye contact, and like Jim has described doing this in counseling sessions, right? It's like you hear somebody describing a problem that you've heard 1,000 other people describe. You kind of know where this is going, and you can lose your curiosity. And so when that would happen, he'd look away. He said, he would think to himself, what can I be curious about? And then when he'd find something, he'd remake eye contact, and his relational self would be present again. So the goal here is not to not feel things, but to remain relational even when I do feel things. We put it this way: let's keep relationships bigger than problems. Because when the other thing that happens when my relational circuits go off is that I get into enemy mode and I'm doing things without my relational self present, is I end up, I'm much more likely to care only about winning and to be more interested just in what is best for me. And I stop caring about what is best for you. And so that's what defines enemy mode. Enemy mode is where I only care about my own victory here and what's going to be best for me. And I no longer care about you. So now then we need a break, right? So a pause, and that could be like I said, just a 30-second pause while I kind of find it in this conversation. Or it could be, you know what, I really need a timeout. Can we come back to this conversation tomorrow? Or, I really need to. So there have been times, for instance, in marriage where my wife and I, it's getting toward the end of the day. We're like, we're either going to stay up all night, arguing about this, or we just need to agree to keep the relationship bigger than the problem, put this thing on hold, take a break, do something that will be happy together, that'll help us be happy together. And then let's bring this up tomorrow and deal with it another time. So that's like, we call that, let's just keep the relationship bigger than the problem. So you got to recognize when you have lost it and you are not doing those things. So we do use CAKE as the evaluation tool. Am I curious? Am I appreciative? Am I kind? Can I make eye contact? And if I've lost those things, it means I'm offline. I get them back online by taking a break and finding them. And if I can do it in one conversation, great. If I can't, then I may need to excuse myself, take it, and go find some.